Ciao and welcome back. I'm Jamie and this is all about opera. If you clicked on this video by mistake, please don't go just yet. We have a great opera for you today. If you haven't seen my last two videos on opera introduction and the marriage of Figaro, please check them out. You'll find notes on opera terms in the introduction. Let's go! Today's opera is all about La Cenerentola, or Cinderella. That's right, there's an opera about Cinderella. Not quite the same as the one we all know and love, though. La Cenerentola was composed by Giacomo Rossini in 1816 with libretto, the words, by Jacopo Ferretti. To give you a bit of info about Rossini, he is a classical composer, often with very lively and happy tales of love. He's kind of the Jane Austen of music. He wrote sacred music, other forms of instrumental music, and 39 operas, and was often called the Italian Mozart. He was even quoted saying, "Give me the laundress's bill, and I will even set that to music." It took 3 weeks for these men to set Cenerentola to music. Ferretti 21 days for the libretto and Rossini 24 for the music. It was adapted from the original fairy tale written by Charles Perrault with a bit of a twist. For our cast, of course, we have Cenerentola or Angelina, written for a contralto, but more often played by a mezzo-soprano. Angelina is the kind and gentle stepdaughter who is treated poorly and made to work in her own home, but never gives up hope on a better life. Next, we have our handsome Prince Charming, Prince Romero, who has just returned home in search of a bride. Because his father is dying, he needs to marry fast. He's not expecting love, but he wants a bride to marry him for himself and not for the crown he wears. But this wouldn't be a Cinderella story without the evil stepfamily. Rossini gives us Don Magnifico, Angelina's stepfather, for this tale. This base role gives you a tyrannical man who dotes on his daughters, but is cruel to his stepdaughter. This greedy character is mean and self-centered, but it's very funny to watch. And, of course, we have the two evil stepsisters, Clorinda and Tisbe. They are frivolous, ambitious misfits who are always thinking about themselves, rarely of each other, and hardly ever of Angelina. These soprano and mezzo-soprano roles are always falling and running around trying to catch the prince's eye. Or so they think. What they don't know is that the prince they are chasing after is really Dandini, the prince's valet in disguise. Dandini is a charming character who takes the role of prince to the next level and lives up to every moment. This baritone role is so much fun to watch with his lively and witty personality. Our last character is the good and wise Alidoro. This base role is the former tutor of the prince, who is trying to help him find love with the right woman. He wants for the young prince to find someone who will not only be good for him, but for his kingdom as well. He serves as the fairy godmother, or fairy godfather in this case. All of these characters bring to life this charming fairy tale that we all know and love. But Rossini gives us a bit of a different twist on things. The beginning of the story starts off in what used to be a beautiful manor that has fallen into ruins. Angelina sits by the fire singing of a song of a young king who finds love with a peasant girl instead of being flattered by the other girl's wealth. She keeps singing even when her cruel sisters try to stop her, dreaming that one day such luck will come to her. Even though she is treated cruelly by her sisters, she still finds it in her heart to show kindness to a blind beggar who asks for food and water, even though it's really Alidoro in disguise. Alidoro is looking for a girl who will marry the prince for himself and not his status, and thinks highly of Angelina for her kindness, even though she has very little of her own. Eventually, the courtiers of the prince come to the manor, saying that the prince is coming to the house of the women to invite them to a ball, saying that the prince will marry the most beautiful of them all. The sisters rush to tell their father, who is angry because they woke him from a dream that he says means that one of his daughters will marry well. As the family starts to get ready for the ball, young Romero, disguised as a groom, enters in what seems to him to be an empty house. He laments upon his upcoming nuptials, saying that he will marry, but not for love. He goes to look around when he hears soft singing. Angelina walks in and sees the groom and drops her tray out of surprise. But soon the fear fades and they instantly fall in love. Then trumpets are heard, and the prince has arrived, and Dandini makes the most of it. Dressed to the nines, he sings about how many beautiful faces he has seen, but none as beautiful as the two sisters. Flatterer. Angelina watches the prince admiring his fancy clothes, but sees that Romero is still watching her. The family gets ready to leave as Angelina asks her father if she may go to the party with him. And he laughs, saying that she is worth nothing. Magnifico even tells Aladorio when he enters, asking about Magnifico's third daughter, that she is dead. Everyone leaves. Angelina sits sadly by the fire when Aladorio enters, telling her that all will be well. Showing his true self, he tells her that there is a special place in heaven for her, and he helps her get ready for the ball. In this story, there's no glass slipper, but a pair of matching bracelets that help Angelina and Romero find true love. She gives him one of the bracelets at the ball, saying that if he still loves her, even as a servant, she will marry him. This opera is so lighthearted and so much fun to watch, with amazing characters and wonderful music. Some recognizable arias from this work include Come un'ape nei giorni d'aprile, La del cielo nell'oceano profondo,
Crescente mormorio, non mi sembrava scoper, basta lieta, il bocca mia, su timori, a mio per, tu mi guardi,
Zitto Zitto,
sono mi di sole, di capi, all'idoro mi dice, vanità, ai maestri quante storie, ogni quale non si
si ritrovarla il gioio,
fosse in grembo Giove, io la ritroverò, se fosse in grembo Giove.
e Nachje fanno. Thank you for watching. If you wish to watch the full opera of La Cenerentola, I will link it down below. Please post in the comments if you have seen it or if you have any requests for future videos. Please be sure to check out my other videos, The Introduction to Opera and Les Nozze de Figaro. Please also be sure to come back for future videos on other operas like La Cenerentola. Thank you again. Arrivederci!